Is the game capture working? Let me test if you guys can actually see this. It's been a while since I've streamed on PC. How is everybody doing? At the moment it's just showing a black screen, but let's see if the changes I've made fixes this. What is up, Mike? What is up, Nux? What is up, Devils? What is up, Mike? Nova Boy, Pancake, Layman, GMV, KDusX, and the Nova Boy 36. Right. What is up, TK? How's it going? At the moment, it's saying it's got a black screen here. Let me see if I can change this. There we go. Good as new, guys. Apologies about you not being able to see that for a second. But we're live. What is up? Happy Easter, Empty. What is up, Ross Edwards? Right. So we've literally just spawned into the void here. This is only supposed to be a test stream for an hour or so, because I want to see if I can push my setup at the moment to be able to handle turbo mode and the mods and streaming at the same time. And I haven't touched this game all day. Been eager to get back into it. We have all the mods I was talking about in my last video. We have the inertia. We have the reversals. And of course we have our boy Nero here with the Devil Sword Nero and the Risotto Nero skin. But how is everybody doing? How's everybody's Easter been? You can really just push the enemies far away. Let me try something else here. I realise I don't really use Overture that much. Ooh, a bit of slowdown it looked like there. Still telling me it's a smooth 60 though, which is crazy. Just recently subscribed to you on the Capcom UK livestream. Oh, nice one. Everybody hates time zones. Everybody preferred 420. You have no idea how I'm so good with this with Nero. It's just time, man. I just put a lot of time in, particularly DMC4, and it's sort of translated over. I can't get this to come out anymore. Nope. Try that again. Ah, that's better. Try this again. I think it's just my execution is pretty weak with the reversals at the moment because I'm out of practice. Pretty far away. My Easter was pretty good, Ross. Thanks for asking. The Killer Critic with the $5 donation. Damn. It's amazing and sad to me that Devil May Cry 5 had a more satisfying conclusion to the series and better than Kingdom Hearts 3, which had years of great setups. I think the thing with Kingdom Hearts 3 is they had so many loose ends to tie up due to the spin-offs. And you know, they tried to cram them all into one game, which is definitely feasible. But I have no idea what Tetsuya Nomura was smoking, because what he came up with was just a travesty. Can't get that to come out convincingly. 1 second. That was interesting. That was a reverse. Doubt it's in a DMC. Yeah, I highly doubt this game has sold quite well. I from what I've heard, which is basically what you guys have heard, which is what, 2 mil in the first 2 weeks. Was it first 2 weeks? Yeah. Can't get this to come out anymore. The name of my sex tape. Blaming out there with the facts. Tell you what, I might switch the setup of my breakers here. Who's my favourite character to play with in DMC5? Has to be Nero for sure. Can I make a video on the best ways to stay aerial for longer with Nero and Dante? Getting through Dante must die difficulty, so I need to know, please. Sure, Kazuro. I mean, the Trickster tutorial I made with Dante sort of goes into staying in the air a little bit, so take a look at that if you haven't already, but I can always make one for Nero as well. That is not Ichigo's sword. It is in fact the Devil's Sword Nero. I need to mess around with some of the other mods later, because there's some pretty cool ones I've seen. Somebody's put in Noctis's sword from Final Fantasy 15, which looks fucking dope. Ichigo's sword I've seen on the Nexus as well, which looks pretty cool. But you know, as I said, I haven't played this all day. I've just sort of come straight into this without having touched the game since yesterday, so I haven't really had a chance to mess about. I'm going to vary things up a bit here. That looks like an even, give me a ragtime as well. That looks like an even bunch. So that gives us a fair amount of arms to mess about with. You're seeing some frame drops on your end. You don't know about the rest. Interesting. Let me know if there are more frame drops, my guy, because if there are, I might be able to mess around with some things. The way this game runs on the PC is funny. Very funny. The fact that the menus and shit are unlocked is weird. Or like sub 60, but the gameplay is always a solid 60 is strange. You wonder how you do the mods on PC? I can definitely make a tutorial. Someone should make a Sekiro Nero. Sekiro Devil's Cry twice, exactly. Let's break this and let's mess around with the Helter Skelter for a bit. I always find it tricky to... Is there a way to reverse the way this comes out? No, I'd imagine not, because it's not a locked on command move. Tell you what, let me try this actually. That didn't come out. It's too close to him that time. Wrong direction, Nero. Nice one. Let me charge that up again. Damn, Nobleboy with a £4 donation. Much appreciated, my man. Your videos have been really helpful to me. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, my man. If you're enjoying it, I'm doing something right. Fuck that up. Too early with that. Let's try that again. Up you get. Didn't get the reversal to come out. Wasted that charge shot. One of the things I find tricky with the turbo is having to relearn the timings again. But for some reason I seem to be hitting max axe more consistently. Interesting. This is so the Helter Skelter has some sort of auto lock on because you can see Nero just swinging around the enemy in a circular motion where I would have hoped he'd gone straight because it would have made for like a sort of short distance horizontal movement, but it seems to lock him in place, which is unfortunate. Try that again. Easily jump cancelable though. Let's try this again. Time bubble does not last for long, does it? Matt Walker Nero. What if Nero had a Devil Breaker that could harness the Infinity Stone? He'd go fucking ham. Oh, what's up, Halfbite? How's it going, man? You're at work, are you? Hope work's going well, my guy. Couldn't catch him before he hits the ground, could I? No. That was way off track. What the fuck? Too early, I cancelled that. No, he's going to hit the ground before I do that. Interesting. Let's try that again. Too late with the... Didn't jump cancel. Sort of hit him on the backswing. Let me try and knuckle that shit back so he doesn't go flying away. Too early with the streak there, Nero. That was way off center. That's better. Terrible timing. I never used the rawhide. I've seen some people do some pretty cool shit with the rawhide though. Nero should appear in the end game, should he? Interesting. That doesn't reach far enough. Try that again. not what I wanted. That was what I wanted. That's better. DMC 6 should take place 10 years in the future. Virgil should be killed by Jesus. A bit morbid. Killing off Virgil. He's a fan favorite character. I highly doubt Capcom have the balls to do that. Have I ever played Wonderful 101? I actually have not, because I didn't own a. Well, I never owned a Wii U. I've heard good things about Wonderful 101, but it's a shame that that game was only on the Wii U. Because maybe it would have done better if it hadn't been on the stuck to a dead console. Come on. That was not what I wanted to come out. So what I'm trying to do with the reversals at the moment, or what I'm trying to get down, is the execution. Because if you have sloppy execution, so if you do it too fast or too soon, or sorry, too late, it won't come out. One of the easiest things I've found to sort of get a reversal off of is just a basic, just the first part of the Red Queen combo A, which is a good way to sort of start with an intricate launcher, which obviously looks something like that. If you reversal a high roller, you get a different arm going here. If you try that again, then you hit with a ground bounce from the Gerber GPO1. I found that's a. Well, the enemies have to be close enough for you to do that, but I found it's a decent way to get airtime. Couple that with a charge shot and you can automatically launch enemies. That's one of the things I don't like about this, the way they've changed the charge shot in this game, is the fact that the charge shot doesn't launch them up anymore. It just launches them halfway across the bloody screen. And it's only with the charge shot level 3 that it bounces them up, which is not a change I enjoy. But see, DMC4 that wouldn't happen, but I digress. Anyway, another reversal I usually like to mess about with is the one of the Blue Rose's shots in mid-air is prime for a reversed split. Just something that people were messing about with in the demo. But the timing is a bit finicky compared to the one on the ground that I just demoed. There you go. There. And then combined with the GPO1, you can sort of backflip towards them if you do it right. Wow. And if you get the spacing right, you can hit them with a grab immediately or not. Practicing roller guard with Batman. Holy frames, Batman. Am I dropping frames? Actually, let me check. This is supposed to be a test stream after all. Come on, game. Don't do me like this, game. OBS, what are you saying? OBS is saying I haven't dropped many frames, so. Is a reverse shuffle possible? It wasn't DMC4. You could do a reverse shuffle into a breakaway or a Devil Trigger cancel. Let me test that out, McDonald. I'm pretty sure you can do that. If the frame rate is tanking, do let me know, people. Because there are some things I can change. After all, I'm trying to smoothen things out. Reverse shuffles work sort of differently in this, I've found. In that they don't... Okay, well, here's a standard shuffle for reference. That's a standard shuffle. That was a reverse streak. That's one to the left. That's one to the right. And that's one from the back. Scratch what I fucking said. They work pretty much the same way. Kind of. They kind of don't, because the second part of the shuffle still sort of turns you towards the enemy. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let me try that again. Actually, let me test that out. I think it turns you only towards the enemy if you lock on again after. Yeah, so that's fine. But if I try and lock on after, yeah. So don't hold lock on after you put in the reverse input for the shuffle, and you should be fine in terms of not hitting the enemy. But if anybody who hasn't played this, I'd definitely recommend it. It lags a bit for a second. Okay. Time to fuck about with my PC settings maybe a little bit. So at the moment I've got it. I can run this game fine on medium settings when I'm not streaming. It just seems to... I've put it down to low for most things here. Mainly to help with shit. I'll just put that down to 180. Game's probably gonna look like ass now. It still holds up. You haven't missed a lot, Cos Walker. This is just a test stream. Ooh. Stuttered there for a second. We're just messing around with streaming on PC, seeing if I can handle it, and we're messing about with some of the PC mods in the void. Let me try that again. Reverse pay line into the... Interesting. Let me try that again, actually. Range isn't that much. Ooh. I just caught some of that lag there for a second. Interesting. Yeah, I usually stream... I stream from my console using a capture device on my PC. Capture device and my PC. But this time I'm playing on PC as well as streaming, so obviously my setup is being stressed a bit, which, you know, makes sense considering this is a very pretty game running at 60 frames a second, so things do need to sort of be on point. But I am streaming at 1080-60 at a decent bitrate, so there's plenty of things I can do to sort of trim the fat and make this work if I have to. Like, I can always stream 720 at 60 frames. I just have to lower the bitrate. There's my phone popping off next to the mic. Nice one, Devil. Just ruining people's ears. Yeah, well, the thing with Dante is I'll actually switch to him now for a bit. You find that you find him funner if you're good enough with him. I mean, my Dante sucks. I still have fun with him. I just tend to prefer Nero, to be honest. But Dante Dante does have a lot more options. I'll mess about with whatever loadout I have now. Which Capcom game do I think is gonna win Game of the Year? Probably DMC5. I'm actually saying that. A lot of people have nostalgia for Resident Evil 2, don't they? Yeah, my Dante's not the best. They won't win Game of the Year. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's... Well, actually, it depends what's actually coming out for the rest of this year, though. That's the thing. Ooh, the slowdown there. I was barely even doing anything. The PC's changed up my bloody taunt button, which makes it infinitely harder to throw the rose. Why is the rose not coming out? I've also switched over to using the Rebellion instead of the Devil Sword Dante, just because having to put that extra input in to use the aerial rave, I think maybe will make me a better player. I guess if I have to learn the muscle memory, having to switch, especially if I want to use the Trickster, which I like to use. Probably sounds like I'm mashing buttons right now, but I promise I'm not. I'm just trying to do things a bit fast. Do I need to claw well, I'm not exactly the greatest Dante player, so that I'm probably not the best person to ask. But what I've done so far, I hadn't had to claw. But you know, not Dante. We need a Dante ASMR where it's just sword gun trick, sword gun royal trick. Don't you mean just sword trick, sword trick? Everybody loves the fucking sword trick, sword trick. Oh, I accidentally switched into the Royal Guard there. Don't know why I did. Enemy's probably just wondering why the fuck why Dante's just teleporting away from him when he's fucking his day up. Get the full DMC1 Dante costume mod. Yeah, but that costume, like the one I've got is a DMC1 sort of themed Dante, but the one I've seen on the Nexus seems to take the reboot Dante's model, which doesn't mesh with Dante at all. Like his proportions and shit are all out of fucking whack. Does this trick still work? 1 second. No, 1 second. No, it doesn't. People used to get a bootleg before the inertia mod. People used to get. Oh, it kind of does work there actually. You just have to time it right. You used to be able to get a bootleg guard fly by doing the air flip into the air block. Not the move I wanted to come out, but I guess I'll take it. How's the stream looking in terms of fucking lag? Let's check. Does anyone know why DMC5 was sold at a low price? You bought it for 45. I have no idea, my man. I literally don't. I'm hoping that's probably helped the sales quite a bit. A lot of slowdown when playing Dante on this or a lot of dropped frames for me when compared to Nero for some reason, which wasn't how it was during when I was just playing when I'm not streaming, but that just might be because I am streaming. That might be it. In terms of the game of the year, I'm honestly not sure what else is coming out this year, so there might be a few more competitors. Like for example, if The Last of Us 2 launches this year, fucking DMC can kiss goodbye to getting the fucking game of the year, because everybody and their mother's gonna fucking pick that to be their game of the year. Which, you know, it genuinely might be a good game, but if I had to pick between one game or the other, I know what I'm fucking picking, and it's not The Last of Us 2. That does not. That's way too slow. Positioning was off there. Let's try that again. Come on, devil. Couldn't get the air trick out that time, which is weird. Positioning off again. Too slow, so I dropped too fast. Oh, the slowdown doesn't help you get any jump cancels any easier anyway. Didn't get the jump cancel because of the slowdown. Slowdown's fucking awful with Dante. Dante's definitely killing these frames, man. Fuck. Let me check. What the hell is OBS saying here, actually? OBS, I call upon you. Why am I dropping frames, you madman? OBS is saying only 12% of my CPU is being used. And I've only dropped 1.7% of frames. I've dropped over 2,000. Ooh. That's definitely not good. Let me put that back down. That should be better. I should not drop as many frames now. Let's try that. Obliteration, FMD, frames must die difficulty. Get out of this kick mode, Dante. What are you doing? Not what I wanted. I need to stop pressing the melee button before the style, because I'm trying to get the bloody ground trick to come out, but I'm getting the Ice Age instead. Makes me look like a moron. Why is... That is... 1 second. Hold on. There we go. Air trick wasn't coming out for some reason. I was wondering why not. It might just be my positioning exit. Gotta remember to switch over. It's not the Devil's Sword Dante. Oh, come on. Too slow. Love the shotgun in this game. So many movement options, it's crazy. People talking about Sekiro in chat. Sekiro is a wild game. I actually haven't touched it. I'm in the... Can you believe it? I'm in the last area. I've beaten almost all the bosses. I've beaten all the bosses up until the area I'm in. I've got all the prayer beads I can possibly get. Like, I'm putting in work with the collectibles, you know, making sure I've got most of them. Going for, like, the best ending, and it's like... My motivation to play... Alright, Dante's still killing frames. Let's move away from the edge of the void. Maybe that's what's causing it. And all my motivation to play that has just fucking died off, and I don't know why. It's like, I need to remember to switch to the others. Let me actually... Can I choose what weapons I bring? No, I can't. Let me bring in the Cavalier, because I want to mess about with that. What's up, Virgil Suzuka? It is a nice DMC1 Dante mod, isn't it? At first I raged at every death, but you gotta get used to it. You get used to it after dying a million times. You kind of do. It doesn't make it any like... You get used to it. I mean, I don't rage, I just get annoyed, I find. But with this game in particular, compared to the rest of the Souls game, it's just more annoying than anything else, because it's like, no matter what you do... Actually, you throw the Devil's Sword Dante in. I've been playing with Rebellion all this time, let's see if I fare any better with the Devil's Sword Dante. Dante. Fuck the Faust hat as usual. It's just, Oh, what's up, Raphael? What is up, Apollo? What is up, Malik? How's it going, everyone? I should play Sekiro. I mean, I made a few videos. Sekiro is not one of those games you stream, because people tend to not enjoy watching other people fail. Unless you're an asshole that rages and wants to break your monitor all the time. Whereas with me, it's just going to be like, well, that was a waste of time, let's try that again. Oh, now using the Devil's Sword Dante after using the Rebellion feels weird. Because now I want to press the star button to get my bloody rave on, but I don't need to. Yeah, it's weird. Very weird. Let me try something. Oh, that was a bit too much. Let me try that again. Can I convincingly jump cancel out of the red line move? Like I used to be able to. Ah, there we go. That still works. Not what I meant to do. too slow. One second. This is the one. This is the weapon that has the drive, isn't it? Okay, this feels weird. Let me swap back to the Rebellion, because the Devil Sword Dante feels weird all of a sudden. Well, we loved you dying at Dante Must Die Nightmare. Was it Dante Must Die, or was it... Oh, it was. It was Dante Must Die, because I was trying to get the S rank. Oh no, it was Hell and Hell. It must have been Hell and Hell. The one where I lost my shit, and that was Hell and Hell. What is up, Fazfay? How's it going? Dante requires a lot more utility in the air as he has to swap between guns and sword, but Nero is single-streamed. Yeah. Do I think Dante is more of a ground combo character? No, I think Dante has a lot of options regardless of whether he's on the ground or in the air. You just have to be good at utilizing him, and I fucking suck, so... Man, if they let you play co-op in the fucking Void, I would lose my shit, because that would be insane. That would be like absolutely amazing. Like, people have been telling me Mission 13 co-op is amazing on PC, because you can obviously it's easier to get matched up with who you want to. But I can only feel it would just be amazing, like fantastic. Rebellion, no, Rebellion does not have drive. Rebellion has the round trip. Which is going to be covered in a video that's coming out soon, which is the differences between the swords. What the fuck was the input for this? I honestly cannot remember the input for round trip now. That's how out of touch I am. It is a... Is it not a Swordmaster move? It is a Swordmaster. Oh, it's back. I was doing back to forwards. Yeah. Get out of the kick mode. Ooh, that has a lot of inertia on it. Jesus. Dante gets sent flying even if you jump cancel that. Let's try that again. No, wrong move, Dante. You can jump cancel like that, that's pretty cool. Fucking hell. Yeah, you get launched. I didn't jump cancel it fast enough that time. Fucking hell. I'm like a good stinger distance away from this enemy after attempting that. No, after doing that. Okay. Apparently I just fucking reversaled that input. Didn't actually mean to do that. I'm gonna have to look back at the inputs I put in when I look at the stream again later. Fuck. Zarganthus, if you take a shot every time my game slows down, you'll probably die, my man. What else can I fucking put down? Put my resolution all the fucking way down, that's what I could do. Ooh, I could put the No, here's what I could do. Put that resolution scaling back up to 80. Put it down to 70 actually. Turn off ambient occlusion, could always do that. Volumetric lighting is already fucked, so there's no point in that. All the subsurface scattering, all the reflections. Don't really need bloom or lens flare, but I like having that shit on, so we're gonna keep it on. Game should hopefully slow down a little bit less now. We'll see what's up. Completely messed that up. You play naked lady. That could be something I do, but then again, could just immediately get kicked off of YouTube for that. Like, well, actually, I don't know. I've yet to actually check out if any other YouTubers have shown footage of that. Not what I meant to do. Chat pulling devil triggers at the moment. People going devil, don't read the chat. Why not? Ben Swallow mod? Fucking hell. Dante went for some quick burgers in that combo. Bet he fucking did. I wish they did. I wish they just put co-op in the game regardless, but one can dream, right? I mean, I'm assuming modders are probably working on that shit at some point. Working on that shit already and will release it at some point, which I hope. Because the amount of longevity that's going to add to this game is going to be wild, and that might pick up enough traction, hopefully, for Capcom to be like, hey, people are already putting this in the game themselves. What the fuck is causing this slowdown? Way too slow on that. Let's try that again. Sometimes my inputs aren't coming out. Nah, that's not what I meant to do. Slowdown definitely isn't helping. Ooh, that was nice. Oh, come on. Why do me like this? Hang on a second. Let me actually check out what's happening on stream. Alright, well, so we figured out that basically streaming Dante is a bit because it just causes my PC to fuck itself. Which I kind of figured, which is strange. I could bump the resolution down quite a bit, but that seems like a bit of a stupid thing to do. So we're going to go back to playing a little bit of Nero before we... oh, 1 second. What is this even? What are we on? We've been streaming for almost an hour. I'll be on it. Oh, fuck playing this with PC controls. Jeez, with keyboard controls. Bruh, what is this? I honestly can't. No, I'm not playing with a keyboard. Fuck that. Give me my controller back. Hopefully this doesn't cause any more... Playing with Nero doesn't cause any more slowdown. Not what I meant to do. One of the things I don't like about Overture is that you have to be very specific with your fucking positioning to get certain moves. Like if I want the ground bounce, I have to be very... Like, I was above the enemy there, but it still attempted to throw out one of those side palms, which annoys me to no avail, because it's tough to get whatever the fuck you want. Slowdown is in-game. I wish the game couldn't handle my mad skills Zarganthus. That would mean I was a good player, but I'm not. I haven't got a clue what IJKL is. What JoJo song did I use? Oh, what, in terms of the one that's modded into the game? It's Jotaro's theme, Nyoxin. I'm not playing with an Xbox controller. Fuck that. Fuck the Xbox controller. I'm playing with a PS4 controller that just shows up as an Xbox controller. I don't know. Maybe something to do with the Steam interface. But yeah. Oh, the key. Oh, in the keyboard, the keys. IJKL. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it is. I think I have a feeling it is my laptop, but my laptop's fine. Like, I can play this with, like, most of my things are set to medium when I'm not streaming. And there's, like, absolutely no lag whatsoever. No slowdown, no nothing. And this is not in the void. This is, like, going through the actual missions where shit is actually popping off. And the environment is moving. So I would have thought that being in the void where there's fuck all and there's only one enemy. Yeah, I'm streaming, but I was hoping that my setup would allow for it. Well, that was a saucy inertia. So what was it? It was you have to caliber underneath the enemy. And then jump cancel right as you're about to move past them. It's tricky to get it to fucking work though. The positioning has to be... positioning has to be on point. Let me try that actually. Nope. My shot didn't come out there. Come on. I need to time that caliber better after the Gerberer jump cancel. Oh, that was a pay line, not a caliber. Come on, devil. What is execution? What the fuck happened to the enemy physics there? That was another pay line I didn't want. You can catch him with the back end of the caliber, that's why that happens, if anybody's wondering. Reversal, and completely whiff the goddamn grab. PC never got a demo, in fact. Thanks to DMC5, the rubber from my 2 thumbsticks is coming off. Tell me about it, man. I fucking hate the Xbox controller. I had to use the Xbox controller at Capcom UK after relying solely on the DualShock. It's just a brick of a controller, man. Like, my hands were cramping up because I wasn't used to, like, charging shots with the Xbox controller. The triggers felt weird as shit, so my exceed timings were off. It was just, Can never seem to do good on turbo mode on DMC games. I can never get above a B rank. DMC 4 without turbo feels filthy. Like, I can, like, try playing that game on the PS3 now after playing DMC 4 Special Edition. After playing this, and it just does not feel right. Not what I meant to do. Let's try that again, actually. Ooh. A reverse pay line is going to need a bit of a setup because that leaves you so far away from the enemy. Now I can't get it to come out, of course. That was a split. Like, look how far away that puts you. You're going to need some crazy setup, probably with a charge shot, I'd imagine. No, because even the charge shot doesn't... Oh, let's try that again. Yeah, that puts you quite far away. The only way I can see you getting that back is with a punchline. And then detonating the arm at the right point to get the enemy flying back to you. Interesting. Have I tried getting my PS3 or PS4 controllers to work on PC? Oh no, I've got a DualShock 4 attached to the PC here, and it works great. The only thing I don't like is that you can't use the PS4 touchpad. Like, the DualShock 4 touchpad made it so easy to slap that taunt button during gameplay, and all it fucking does during this all it does during... Oh shit, I can't even speak now. All it does on PC, if you try and use a touchpad, is move the fucking camera around. And it's like, no. I want it to be a fucking taunt button, but it won't let me remap that shit. But alas, like the good old DMC game, well, original DMC games, back to using the select button as a taunt button, which is cool. Reverse caliber. Oh, holy moly, slow down. What's going on here? Not what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Right. Bayonetta X DMC1. Doesn't the launcher have controller configuration? Nero on 23, that is... Should be able to remount the touchpad in Steam settings. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so at the moment I use the share button to taunt, which is a bit annoying, but it works. You love all the Virgil profile pictures, yeah. Ribs exposed. Sorry to hear about that, man. Stage 97 is pretty fucking far. But I'm gonna leave this off here for now. Mainly because I need to mess around with the settings, because there's been a few hiccups in terms of slowdown, and people are telling me I can remap the touchpad, which is something I want to do. So that is something that I'm going to get on right now. I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by and for telling me how the stream is going in terms of slowdown and shit. Much appreciated. Hopefully the next stream we do will have all that ironed out, and it will of course be the standard stream length of 2 or 3 hours. But with all that said and done, I'm gonna leave it off there. It has been me, DevilNeverCry. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.